Everyone we remember, and everyone we remember even if we don't know them by name, they're not statistics. They're not numbers, they're people. People valued by God and by us.
Hope, to me, is a community solution to a community problem. We're a grassroots organization that involves everyone in our community from different sectors, the private sector, from town government, from people that just have loved ones suffering from addiction. It's a grassroots community group whose goal is to help our fellow residents and partners and neighbors.
First and foremost, I think what EB Hope is doing for their community and anybody suffering from addiction and families, they're desperate and don't know where to turn. So by coming to this program 2 times a month or opening it up to the public allows them to be able to have access to resources that most people don't know what's available to them.
Invited to EB Hope to help offer our services to the people of the area and to let people know there's different alternative ways that they can get through opiate addiction. We are a faith-based 15-month program, residential, and the residents stay there for the entire term. And EB Hope, we think, does a great job of bringing different resources together so that we can work collaboratively to bring the end of addiction a reality of our generation. And Teen Challenge, that's what we're trying to do, and we try to help in every way we can, and EB Hope is doing a great job of doing that.
Please, if we bring all these different resources that already exist for treatment and recovery under one roof, and then we encourage the people that are at-risk population to come utilize them. All we're looking to be is facilitators and introduce active users who are suffering from addiction or their family members and loved ones, almost, if not more importantly, about the resources that exist, because then after they leave the drop-in center, they can bring that information back to a loved one and say, hey, I know how I can get you help. So we look at ourselves as being facilitators to introduce the community to these groups that are, these professional groups that exist already.
So they can expect to find a clinician here who will do an assessment of their loved one who is in need of treatment. That assessment is important because there are people that also have a mental health diagnosis, and we don't want to just send them to any rehab or detox facility. We want to be sure that they get the right placement, and by having a clinician here, she's able to do that assessment for us.
So what we just did was overdose follow-up call. So basically we go knocking on doors and offer resources. We tell them all about EB Hope, the outreach center that meets the first Thursday and the third Thursday from 5 to 9. When we first knock on the door and they introduce themselves as, hello, my name's Officer such and such, people get skittish. And we tell them right away, we're not here to arrest you, we're not here checking for warrants, we're just here to help you.
Well, I'm a mom of a young man in recovery, and we went through 8 years of hell. 8 years of not knowing what resources were out there, 8 years of not knowing what a detox was, what a rehab was. So what do I get out of this? The fact that I'm able to help another mama find the help and resources that she needs to help her son or daughter.
Don't be afraid to seek help. And I think that's when moms and dads come through here, loved ones of people suffering from addiction, they leave here after an hour or 2 hours sometimes, and the kind of a relief is lifted off the shoulders because they say, geez, you know what, I didn't know these resources were available to me. I wish I'd known about them earlier, but now that they do know about them, they can bring that back and help their loved one or help themselves.
Love the opportunity to come down to EB Hope because I get to talk to so many different people and explain to them what we do. But it's also, for me, I love the whole concept of EB Hope, people being able to come in here and just have all their questions answered in such a warm atmosphere.
And we have people that, when you come here, we always have a meal of the night. One of our town selectmen who sits on this, group is a part of EB Hope. He He's cooked up this great meal tonight so that anyone that comes through the doors can sit down, have a meal, talk to someone who's been there and experienced firsthand, and be relaxed about it. Because, you know, the biggest problem we have with addiction is the stigma, and the stigma is still there, you know, even with these progressive, proactive coalition groups. So what we're trying to do is help lower that, you know, or remove that stigma and lower the concern when someone walks in a door thinking, geez, you know, are people looking at me because I'm coming here? You know, we're all here together and have kind of experienced it together.